then you will have the committee boat will have, or the mark boat with the S flag will be sitting so that they can make a finish line that's perpendicular to the direction from the last mark. And last but not least, and this is Neil's favorite, at a gate. I was just saying to some of the, you only have to do it for 2 sounds. I always say, yeah, make the sounds when you see the whites of their eyes. So the flag goes up, the mark boat is parked beside the gate, and it usually snuggles right up to the gate, because if you put any distance, dollars to donuts, there will be a boat trying to go between you and the other thing. But if you read the rule is if you see the S flag at a gate, you have to go through the gate, and that's your finish line. We had really accomplished racers, and they were yelling at Neil. He was parked in that boat. They were yelling at Neil to get out of the way because it was an S flag, and they were trying to finish. I couldn't believe it. Anyways, the number of people we've had to talk to about that. But that's the rule. The rule is finish between the 2 gate marks. Sometimes, too, we have marks missing. If we find it out in time, then we can put a boat with the M flag flying with multiple sounds, and it can replace the mark. It doesn't happen too often, but sometimes we do have a mark missing here. This is, to your point, the abandonment. So we can postpone before the race, but we abandon after the race has started. So that's the difference between the two. We can abandon because there was a problem with the starting procedure. Dollars to donuts, you won't see it. You'll see a general recall flag instead. The boats won't make a time limit, foul weather, anything that affects the safety of the racer. The thing is, as a race officer, even if there are finishers, we can still abandon the race. We do it. I have done it on occasion, but you really have to be careful about that. So if it does happen to you as a racer, take note of where you were relative to all your other friends, and that way maybe we can do something on shore. We try very hard not to abandon when there are finishers, but sometimes you just can't help it. So the abandon, because it's a very special flag, gets 3 sounds. And when it comes down, it comes with 1 sound. So if you see it by itself and the flag comes down, 1 minute later, something has to happen. So the reason, what they do here, there are different meanings for the abandon. So if it's a singular flag by itself, it says the race is abandoned, come back to the starting area. So that means probably there was a huge wind shift of where race wasn't fair anymore. And so we want you to come back. We're going to give you a proper start, a proper race. And so when it comes down the 1 minute, then 1 minute later, a class flag will probably go up. So once everybody's come back to the starting area. And this is the variations we were talking about. So N is not used, we consider its use very, thoughtfully. Anyways, so once I put the N over H off, all races are abandoned, further signals are ashore. And that means we've used this only when the race has been in progress. So if we have races in progress and then all of a sudden we see a bad storm coming, we can abandon that race because we'll never have the option of finishing it. We'll send you guys ashore. But as Steve says, because when we're sending you to the harbor, keep your racing gear on because there is the possibility we'll send you back out again. And then N over A, obviously there's no more racing today. So last but not least, finishing the race. When the blue flag is flying, that's one end of the finish line, and that's defined for the first time in this rule book. And That's basically it. We try to make short finish lines because we're all getting older and we can't see well. So we try to do that. There is no prescribed side for the finished boat. The finished boat can be on either the port side or the starboard side. There are, I mean, we normally try to um, put it, well, say we do it collaborate. I can't remember. Probably, as a as a racer, you do not have to cross the line completely. You only have to break the plane of the line. So if if it's been one of those nights where you crawled up to the finish line, your bow breaks it, you're acknowledged as being a finisher, that's all you have to do. You do not have to sail your boat through the line completely. You just have to break the plane. Um, we The rule book does not prescribe that we need to make sounds, but I know for our club races, more as a courtesy, we always give a sound for the first boat in each fleet who crosses the line, and then that way others can start their or sorry or um, ashore after the race. You may see these, but very rare. But anyways, I was talking with my new friend here, and she gave a very good point. You're racers, and I think the majority of been on. But the best way to learn about flags, how race and how race climb on the race, more than welcome. You will be mentored by experienced people like Mariano, Nick, Steve, Neil, and myself. Or you Sail Canada